Hi there everyone, this is Hadafan About, and today I have a Lenovo S820 and a Lenovo A536 in my hand, and this is the second shoot that I am doing with these two devices because the first shoot was so terrible that I have to delete it and take a second shot. And I am in an old greenery garden, which means that I am in an old fort. So enjoy the beautiful scenery while I do the review on the shots. Have a look at the devices. They are fairly beautiful. One is very thin and the other is a little bit thick. One is cheaper, another one is a little bit expensive, not that cheaper. There is a fairly only 2,000 to 3,000 rupees price difference in both these devices. Both these devices are powered by a Quadcore CPU and a 1 GB of RAM. There are some major differences and there are some lot of similarities in these two devices. In fact, these two devices are fighting neck to neck in terms of some specifications. Let us move ahead and see what these devices have. Lenovo A536 is the black device and the Lenovo S820 is the orange device. In case of Lenovo S820, you see that the device is fairly thin and has a Gorilla Glass on the top. And in case of Lenovo A536, this device is thick and does not have a Gorilla Glass on the top. And we move further and see the rear cameras on this device. The orange smartphone has a 13 megapixel camera on it with a LED flash, and the black smartphone, that is Lenovo A536, has a 5 megapixel camera with a LED flash. This is the major difference in these two devices, even though these two devices are fairly similar in price, and these devices have a same quad core and 1 GB of RAM. And there is another major difference between these two cameras. This camera is CCD sensor, which means that it is not that good in low light conditions. This is a CMOS sensor, which means that it is fairly good in low light conditions. In fact, a lot of photographs that I took with this smartphone came out really well, and the photographs I have taken with this smartphone are crisp and sharp, but they do not do well in low light conditions like this device does in low light conditions. It also has a noise cancellation. The Lenovo A536 also has a noise cancellation and autofocus. This device does not have noise cancellation or autofocus. So this is the major difference in terms of camera. And now we see in the front, one smartphone has 2 megapixel camera in the front. The other smartphone also has a 2 megapixel camera in the front with a lot of sensors equipped on it. So now we are seeing two different devices. The orange device is covered by a Gorilla Glass, which makes it scratch resistance, and the black device does not covered with the Gorilla Glass. That means it's fairly scratch worthy device. So now we are seeing these two devices. Now let me talk about the CPU that these two devices have. One device have a CPU of Quadcore 1.3 GHz, and the other device also has the same CPU, and that is Quadcore CPU, and both of them have 1 gigabytes of RAM. And in terms of size, this device is 4.7 inch in size and this device is 5 inches in size, and that's the major difference in terms of size. In fact, it is only 0.3 inch difference in there. Now the thickness of this device is high, which means it is either 2 or 3 mm in thickness, and this one is fairly thin. In fact, it is so thin that you will feel what you are holding in your hand. It is light. This one is heavy. So I repeat it again, Lenovo S820 is lightweight and Lenovo A536 is heavy. When you hold both in the hands, you will feel the major difference in both these devices. Now we move and see the gaming aspect of this device. I won't open the display because I am having a hard time holding this device in this scenery, and it requires a table and a tripod mount to be able to show you display and the gaming performance and speed test. But I will verbally tell you all that in verbal. What I have tested both the devices in gaming and in terms of the speed test, both the devices perform fairly similarly. There is not major difference. In fact, both the devices have similar benchmarks and the gaming performance is good in both the devices. With one device having a bit of advantage in terms of viewing angle. Lenovo S820 does really well in viewing angles, and Lenovo A536 is a disaster when it comes to playing racing games, because when you turn the wheel, that is either when you are doing the device like this, the display fades in Lenovo A536, and I have not seen that happen with Lenovo S820. But if you have previously used this device and have experienced that, then I have not experienced that. You may experience, because there is a chance that both the devices might be different in terms of experience. Maybe the display might come weak in your device. And this was it. A separate review of the camera comparisons will be uploaded for both these devices. These devices are fairly awesome and I love both of them, and these are from the Lenovo breed. I know I am reviewing a lot of devices from Lenovo. What to do, I love them, and they get to my channel. So thanks for watching. This was Fun About.